Take 3. Welcome to another edition of Adam Curry Presents. Well. I hope you're having a wonderful summer. First week of summer so far. Today, on today's episode, we have the game of Wives and Secretaries from 1979. The game is Three's a Crowd. And it comes up next.
Hey Jack, the sun's gonna shine all day. It's time for a Coke, it ain't no joke. The sun's gonna shine all day. Coca-Cola, when the midday sun takes over. Coke adds life and everybody wants a little life. Coca-Cola, Coke adds life.
Thick, Newton. On their game shows, everyone can hear you scream. This hour, it's personal. Three's a Crowd and Hollywood Showdown starting at 11 p.m. weeknights on Game Show Network.
On the Chuck Barris stages in Hollywood, California, it's Three's a Crowd. The game that determines who knows the husband best, his wife or his secretary. Now let's meet the husbands. Husband number 1 is the regional training officer for a major bank, and he's Ron Johnston. Husband number 2 works for a leading sporting concern, and he's especially fond of footballs, Bill Visco. Husband number 3 manages a leading illumination company, and his favorite hobby is making love. Please welcome Bud Poulin. Those are our husbands for today, and here's your host, the star of Three's a Crowd, Jim Peck.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Three's a Crowd. You know, each of these 3 husbands is about to find out who really knows him best. Will it be his wife or his secretary? The team that does, the wives or the secretaries, will divide $1,000 among them, and we will be back to begin that excitement right after this message. So don't you dare go away. Thank you. Let's play Three's a Crowd. Husbands, as you know, your wives and secretaries are secluded off stage. When they return, they're going to be trying to match what you've said. Each question is worth 1 point. And remember, that's important because it's the secretaries against the wives for that big cash prize. If you're ready, gentlemen, I've got your first question. When it comes to romance in the morning, are you grouchy, numb, or aggressive? And Bud, we'll begin with you.
Oh, I'd have to say definitely aggressive. Definitely.
Aggressive.
Morning, evening, doesn't matter.
Okay. Bill?
No, I'd definitely say that I'm an absolute grouch because we start our arguments in the morning and they last for 3 days after that.
A grouch. Okay. And Ron?
I'll have to say aggressive.
Aggressive. Second question. Gentlemen, what is the last little personal thing that your secretary refused to do for you? And I need you to be specific. Bill?
The last thing my secretary did for me?
Personal thing.
Oh, personal thing. Well, I asked her to go out a lot to pick up Coke, 7-Ups, ice cream, whatever. She did not go out and pick up an ice cream cone like I asked her. Flatly refused it because she said I was too fat. It's true.
Last little personal thing, didn't pick up the ice cream cone. Okay, Ron?
My secretary refused to get me a cup of coffee the other afternoon. And that was it.
Okay. Bud?
Oh, I guess it would have to be she refused to go out to lunch with me.
Go out to lunch with you. Okay. Third question, gentlemen, what is the sexiest suggestion your secretary has ever given you to improve your marriage? Ron?
She's worn some sexy dresses and suggested that I make comments to my wife similar to the ones I make to her.
Okay. And let me see, let's go over to Bud.
Probably that I quit being such a slob.
We can accept that, Bill.
Good.
That's a little difficult because both my wife, my secretary, and myself are all fat. We're like rhinoceroses. I'm serious. When they come out, you'll see them. But actually, she is like a mother. She henpecks me to death, and she tells me I have to start being kind to my wife and sweet and bring her flowers and to keep our relationship better than it is, because we argue continually, day in, week out, and month in.
To be sweet and bring her flowers. Okay, thank you, husbands, for your answers. We will be right back. We'll find out how well their secretaries know them right after this short message, so stay with us.
Welcome back to Three's a Crowd, and now it's time to meet our secretary. Secretary number 1 skates on ice, but her social life is on the rocks. Her name, Gloria Barnett. Secretary number 2 lives in a house and rides back and forth from work on a Pinto. Karen Heiner. Instead of telling you about secretary number 3, we're just going to let you look at her for a moment. Now let's hear it for Yvonne Warman. Once again, here's Jim Peck.
Thank you, John. Okay, husbands, as you know, we've recorded your answers on cards. You have those cards in your laps. Every time your secretary matches your answer, her team scores a point. And remember, the team with the most points at the end of the game will divide that big cash prize. If you are ready, ladies, I've got question number 1. When it comes to romance in the morning, is your boss numb, grouchy, or aggressive? And Gloria, we'll start with you.
Numb, grouchy, or aggressive? Well, he's usually in a pretty good mood when he comes in the morning, so he must be pretty aggressive.
Pretty aggressive, because he's in a good mood. Ron told us that he was pretty aggressive. That's a point for our secretary. All right. Pretty happy guy in the morning.
Yes, very.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Karen?
Oh, I would say he's pretty grouchy. He's just irritable in the morning and busy. You know, first thing in the morning he's real busy and he doesn't want to be bothered. And he's just grouchy.
Grouchy.
Very.
That costs you $10 a week.
Bill said he was grouchy. It also brought you a point for your team. You gals know your bosses. Yvonne, it's all up to you. See if you can make a clean sweep. What about Bud?
Always grouchy. He walks in and just says, "Good morning," and keeps walking.
Grouchy.
Always grouchy.
Grouchy. Bud told us that he was aggressive.
You didn't listen to the question. Repeat the question for us. The question was romantically. Romantically, not work-wise. I am aggressive.
You're grouchy.
You're going to stay in there with grouchy, aren't you? Okay. Gals, what is the last little personal thing that you refuse to do for your boss? And I need you to be very specific. Karen?
Oh. Drive his grandmother around.
Drive his grandmother around?
I do it all the time.
That's personal. Bill told us the last personal thing was you refused to pick up an ice cream cone.
Yeah, when you wouldn't go to 31 flavors for me.
You don't
Remember when
like
you're
ice
being
cream
real witchy?
cones.
At 31 flavors, they do.
You don't like them.
Well, I do with chocolate almond.
You like chocolate almond milkshake?
Yvonne, what about Bud? What the last little personal thing?
Personal thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, personal. The only thing I refused to do, I didn't want to stay and work till 10 o'clock with him one night.
Personal thing?
I would consider that personal. You don't know my boss.
Bud told us that the last personal thing you refused to do was go out to lunch with him.
Remember I invited you out to lunch?
Yeah.
Remember?
Twice.
She remembers.
You haven't asked me since.
Well, you know, twice down, I forget about it.
Gloria, what about Ron?
Well, I'm an excellent secretary, and I do everything he requests. So, I would have to say maybe walk him to the potty.
That's personal. Ron told us the last personal thing was to get him a cup of coffee.
I know where the potty is, for crying out loud.
Question number 3. What is the sexiest suggestion you have ever given your boss to improve his marriage? Yvonne?
To dress nicely.
To dress nicely.
Yeah. What, for him to do?
Yeah, last suggestion that you gave him to improve his marriage.
To improve his marriage.
Dress nicely. We'll take that.
Yeah.
And Bud told us the last suggestion was that he quit being such a slob. And that will take, well, that's a match. We got another point for the Secretaries. I figured we got them pretty well covered.
His clothes don't match.
What do you mean my clothes don't match? Look at this.
Gloria, what about Ron?
Buy some whipped cream.
Ron forgot about that one. He told us that it was. Ron, let's take a look at the card. That he makes some sexy comments to his wife, the kind he makes to you.
With whipped cream, though, it improves the whole thing.
Great. I thought you said ready whip.
You're always...
Karen?
This one's easy, because I tell him all the time. Lose weight, and for him to encourage his wife to lose weight, because they're both fat. I don't have a lot of room to talk, but I know it.
For him to lose weight and for her to lose weight.
Right, both of them.
Bill told us that it was to be kinder to his wife.
That's impossible.
In just a moment, it's going to be Three's a Crowd. We bring the wives out to see how well they match their husbands and...
And I'm...
Okay, now it's time to meet our wives, and Johnny Jacobs will introduce them to us. John?
You bet I will, Jim. Wife number one is a teller in a bank, but you can't tell her anything at home. Barbara Johnston. Wife number two was born in Germany, and her favorite TV show is 60 Minuten. Monica Visco. Wife number three married her boss, and now he's her husband, and she's the boss. She's gotta be Sharon Poulin. Now back to you, Jim.
Thank you, wives. As you know, every time you match your husband's answer, your team receives 1 point. The team with the most points at the end of the game divides the cash prize of $1,000. If you are ready, ladies, here is question number one. When it comes to romance in the morning, is your husband aggressive, grouchy, or numb? Sharon, let's start with you.
He's always aggressive. He likes to attack me a lot, all the time. Even if, more especially if people are around. Well, you know, he puts on his show for everybody. He's aggressive, definitely.
Aggressive.
Yeah.
Bud told us that he was aggressive. Yes, that's a point for the wives. Yvonne thought very carefully and long about it, and she said Bud is always grouchy.
I know anyway. You open it up.
Monica, what about Bill?
Crabby. Bad breath, crabby.
Breath?
Yes, you do all the time.
What do you think? I got flies coming out of my mouth and drinking?
Yes.
No. Brush my teeth. I even use Listerine.
Grouchy, and Bill said that he is grouchy. That's another point for the wives. Bad breath or not, you know him. Karen told us that Bill was always grouchy.
How do you know?
I work with her.
That's true. He's at work, too. You know, same here.
Barbara, what about Ron?
Definitely too aggressive. For me. I'm always tired. I need to sleep at least till 11. At least till 11.
11.
Give me a noon.
Pardon me?
That's what I tell him.
Ron told us that he is aggressive. Another point for our wives. You gals are doing well. And Gloria said that Ron is always aggressive.
Wait a minute.
That's okay. I just get the tail end of it. You wear him out in the mornings, and I just get, that's not what I meant.
How did you know he was aggressive, Gloria?
Well, because he comes in very relaxed and very tired, and if you're very aggressive when you're, in the mornings, then you tend to be very relaxed and kind of kick back and never mind. Everybody knows.
Question number two. Ladies, what is the last little personal thing that your husband's secretary refused to do for him? Monica.
The very last thing.
Last little personal thing that Karen refused to do for Bill.
Iron his shirt. We were supposed to bring an extra shirt. She refused to iron it. And I says, Karen, I'm running late. And she refused. And Billy was yelling, I'm paying you. Just go iron the shirt.
She ironed it.
I
At least
know.
she does what she's supposed to.
I know.
More than you at times.
Bill told us. Bill told us that the last personal thing that Karen refused to do was pick up an ice cream cone for him.
Oh, guy, him and ice cream.
And Karen told us the last personal thing that she refused to do was drive his grandmother around.
I didn't iron his shirt. I ironed your blouse.
Oh, God, Karen.
You can't even keep up your own
iron
stuff.
his shirt.
Yes, I did. Remember the striped shirt?
No, the one wadded up on the bed.
What was wadded up on the bed, Karen?
His shirt. I asked her if that was her blouse she was going to wear, and she said, no, that was his shirt.
And you ironed it?
No. He didn't ask me to.
So he's wearing a shirt
Who
that
asked you
isn't
to iron
ironed.
a shirt?
No one. I ironed the blouse. The second blouse that you bring.
Had this shirt a long time.
You're fired.
Barbara? I'll fire her. What about Ron and Gloria?
I guess I would say get them a cup of coffee, because I don't know too much what they do at work, apparently. And that's all I can
And that's all you can think of?
Yeah, he gets about 10 cups of coffee a day.
So
I'll take coffee.
Last thing was that she didn't get him a cup of coffee. Ron told us the last personal thing that she refused to do was get him a cup of coffee. That's the math. You've got this guy figured. Gloria told us the last personal thing that she refused to do for Ron was walk him to the potty.
I don't know how you got that.
What about that, Ron?
She says they check the boys out on the way to the potty. I'm a little embarrassed. I didn't know that went on.
Well, if they have company, the girls won't notice. If we happen to be walking along to the bathroom, it's not so noticeable. If there's two of us walking, he just kind
To
of
the
slips.
same one?
Well, no, he just kind of slips in the door and I keep walking.
I'm about 15 foot away from the entrance to the men's room. Real prestigious desk.
We have about 50 people.
But I'm only 8 foot away from the coffee machine.
Sharon, last little personal thing that Yvonne refused to do for Bud.
Well, he doesn't drink coffee, and I don't think he needs any help to the bathroom. Give him a cigarette. He's always bumming cigarettes off of people.
Last thing was to give him a cigarette. Bud told us the last personal thing that she refused to do was go out to lunch with him.
Remember I told you she refused to go out to lunch?
You're not supposed to be asking her to lunch anyway.
Yeah, all the girls to lunch.
She would never refuse me a cigarette.
Wow.
Now, you used to be his secretary, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes.
And he bought me all kinds of things.
That was you. That wasn't her.
Did you ever refuse to go out to lunch with him?
All the time. He finally got to me.
But now Yvonne is refusing to go to lunch with him. Yvonne told us that last thing was to stay at work late with him. Last personal thing.
What are you doing after that?
The same thing. I didn't have any work.
I needed something to do. What do you mean you didn't have any work?
We'll be right back to ask our wife that final important question. We'll do it right after this message, so stay with us. Welcome back to Three's a Crowd. Ladies, final question. What is the sexiest suggestion that your husband's secretary ever gave him to improve his marriage? And Barbara, we'll begin with you.
Okay, go home earlier from work.
Go home earlier from work. Ron told sexiest suggestion that Gloria ever gave him was that he make some sexy comments to you, the kind that he always is making to her.
There is a misinterpretation here.
You're going to interpret it.
She dresses nicely. You told me to say nice things, be nice to people, you know, and she does look very nice, so... well, and I'm supposed to do that to you.
You had to be told.
A reminder.
We won't discuss it any further.
Gloria told us the sexiest suggestion she ever gave Ron was...
Do I have to show her this?
Oh, it's just among the three of us. To buy some whipped cream.
Could get exciting, yeah. Keep it sweet. That's a good suggestion. I think I'll take it.
Did you take the suggestion?
Did you take it?
Me? No. Never heard that suggestion. Had nothing to do with whipped cream.
Okay, Monica?
take his pants off.
You never told me that.
You did. Remember on our honeymoon, everybody was in the room and Karen was standing in front of you and you took your pants off.
That's the sexiest thing? A rhinoceros standing there in the shorts.
Well, it's true. You were trying to get rid of everybody, so you took your pants off.
Winner.
Bill told us the sexiest suggestion was to be kinder to you, Monica.
Oh, gee, never have them.
I'm kind to you at times.
And Karen told us the sexiest suggestion she ever gave Bill was that he should lose some weight and that he should encourage you to lose some weight.
And look who's talking.
Yeah, I said that. I didn't have room to talk, but it would help. Oh, I'll tell you.
Sharon?
Hi.
Hi. Didn't mean to wake you up. Quick naps really help, don't they?
She probably told him not to yell at me. He yells at everybody at work. He screams. Nobody at work likes him.
Not to yell.
Go ahead. Nobody at work likes him.
Not to yell at you. Bud said the sexiest
Nobody wants
suggestion.
to work for him. I don't think so, anyway. She just quit, and then he got her to come back. I mean, she didn't like it. He's mean to people at work.
Persuasive little devil. Bud told us the sexiest suggestion was, Bud, let's take a look, that he quit being such a slob.
Sharon,
Sexy.
you know, I heard that divorce court's coming back on the air. Is that right?
Yvonne told us the sexiest suggestion she ever made was what, Yvonne? That he dressed nicely. No match there. Let's take a look. Let me see. We've got secretaries with 3 points, the wives with 4 points, which means our wives are the winners. You know your husbands, and you will divide the $1,000 cash prize. Congratulations, ladies. That's what happens. Join us next time to see some more right here on Freeze the Crowd. I'm Jim Peck. Bye-bye, everybody.
Slips in the door and I keep walking.
Mr. Green? Mr. Green?
Yeah.
You need any help?
Mm-mm.
I just want you to know, I think you're the best ever.
Yeah, sure.
Want my Coke? It's okay, you can have it.
No.
Really, you can have it.
Okay.
A Coke and a smile makes me feel good. Makes me feel nice.
Be around.
That's the way it should be. I like to see
Hey, kid.
the whole world is smiling with me. Coca-Cola and Sprite. Have a Coke and
Thanks, Mean Joe.
smile.
Well, that's our show for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's Adam Curry Presents classic episodes of Three's a Crowd. Join us next time for another Adam Curry Presents. Good night, everybody.
Drive the sea.